with a highlighting, not really declutter, but it's a going through my stash kind of video. So I'm just going to go through all the highlighters I have, see what I like, what I need to pull out to use. Also, there's some blushes involved in this video because I only have a few blushes, believe it or not. And so we're just going to go ahead and get started with the highlighters. So the first three that I'm going to show you are all from Wet n Wild, and these are the geometric highlighting powders. These were mentioned in my March favorites video. These I love, so I will be keeping them, but they're going to go aside for right now because I've just recently used them. I love all of them. That one gives such a pretty champagne-y kind of glow. This one gives more of a bronzy glow. And then the last one is like a pink glow. And I know that people say they don't show up like super bright, but they do show up as more of hourglass ambient powder. They can be used all over the face. I actually just layer them on my cheekbones, and I thought that the payoff was good. Now, it's not going to be a payoff like the Becca highlighters or the Anastasia glow kits, something like that. It's just like a softer glow, and it could be for anywhere from like teens just starting out with makeup to older age. You know, it's not big chunks of glitter, so that's really nice too. You can really use it all over, and they'd be nice dusted on the body in the summertime. So I actually really like them. I know that they got some criticism here on YouTube, but you know, to each their own. I have is also from Wet n Wild. This is a color icon in Reserve Your Cabana. This is technically a bronzer by label, but it's a highlighter. I mean, unless you're like super, 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 super pale, which is fine. This I still don't think would be a bronzer, but it's such a pretty shade. This has got a cult following, so I definitely love that. I have actually not really used this, so I'm going to pull it out to use in the upcoming days slash weeks. And then we have more Wet n Wild. I'm just trying to pull all my Wet n Wild together so that way we keep it all one brand. This is I'll Have a Cosmo. This is one of their 2 Reflect shimmer palettes. This is so pretty. Look at this like golden shimmer and then the pink mixed in. It gives you a nice pinky shimmery highlight. I've actually not used that a whole ton, so I'm going to pull that one aside too. And this is the same line, and it's the color Boozy Brunch. So this is a little bit deeper because it does have that bronze in there. So this one comes off more gold. Very pretty on the skin. Very pretty in the summertime. Gonna pull this one out too, just because I haven't used it a whole lot. And then we have the Mega Glow Illuminating Powder. This is in Catwalk Pink. This is the old packaging, so it is smaller. I got this on sale because when they were rolling out the new versions, they had everything in the old packaging on sale. So it could be a blush, it could be a bronzer, it can be a highlighter. You can really use one shade or all of the shades mixed together, which is what I usually do. I had this in high school and I remember loving it. So I thought I'd pick it up again while it was on sale because I know that, you know, it comes in this size palette now, but if I could get it on sale and it's the same color, I know it might be a little bit different formula, but I used this formula before and really liked it. I'm going to pull this out though because I haven't used it. But I knew that I would someday, so I had to pick it up when it was on sale. This is the Twinkle Star Duo. And this is from the brand Hard Candy. So I know these got some harsh criticism here on YouTube. Let me just take that brush out. A lot of people were saying the payoff wasn't great. Same deal. I think this is like the Wet n Wild palettes where you get payoff with this, but because everybody's so used to the high-end brands, they just don't see how pretty this can be. And this does have like larger glitter chunks in it. So if you're not a fan of glitter in your highlight, then you're not going to like this. But the top one is gold, the bottom one is bronze shade. I think it's very pretty. I'm actually going to pull it out to use it. Urban Decay Naked Illuminated. This is in the shade Luminous. I recently got this for my birthday in January. I haven't used it a whole lot, so I'm going to pull it out to use. This has glitter in it also, so I know that was a downside for a lot of people, but I love glitter, and just douse me in glitter. I feel like me and Kesha are like soulmates with the glitter. Like, I love glitter like she loves glitter. So that to me is amazing. If you don't like glitter, you probably won't like these Naked Illuminators. So that's just a heads up on that. This is new. This is the Skin Twinkle palette, and I really, really, really love this palette. So if you know me, you know that Tarte's like my favorite brand, and they came out with this, so I had to have it. This is a Skin Twinkle palette. This is Moonlight. This is Filtered Light, and this one over here is Sunlight. Yep, Sunlight. This is a pink. This is a champagne. The one in the middle is to be used for an all-over face powder or under the eye to brighten. This is more of your ambient kind of lighting here in the middle, and a lot of people don't like it because the other two are very creamy, but the middle one is a very rough texture. However, I like them all and love this palette, but just recently used this, so it's going to go back on the shelf for now so I can get through some of my other highlighters. So we have Becca and Hourglass left, and I have a few of each of those. So for Hourglass, we'll start there. Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder in Brilliant Strobe Light, and I purchased this a few months ago, and I really, really love it. This is a golden shimmer, and it's a cross between like a champagne and a golden shade. So I really like this because it is more pigmented than the regular ambient shades, but it's nothing like super drastic. Like it definitely is visible on the skin, and I really love this because it's like an amped up version of the ambient powder, but it's still, I don't think as pigmented as like the Anastasia Glow Kits. But I just recently used this, so I'm going to set it aside for now. And then I have the ambient lighting palette, the Trio, with dim light, incandescent light, and radiant light. And this is just so pretty because you have a trio of shades, so you get to pick what you want. You have a more highlighty type shade in the middle, you have a bronze shade over here, and I don't know, this one's kind of bronzy too. But anyways, there are 3 different shades, and so you get to mix and match those. I used this not that long ago, so again, it's going to go aside for now. And the same with this palette. I used it recently, so I'm not going to be keeping it out, but I wanted to show you guys. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit palette from the Christmas of 2015 set. And this one includes dim light, iridescent light, diffuse light, the Mood Exposure Blush, the Luminous Flesh Blush, and the Luminous Bronze Light Bronzer. So you get 3 highlighting powders at the top, and then you have 2 blushes here, and then your bronzer over here. Now I really like this one because you get the mix of the blush and the bronzer and the highlight, so you really do have a choice. The pans are smaller, but I mean, seriously, you guys see how much product I have here in highlighters, and if you watched the bronzer video, then you saw that one too. So like, how quick am I going to go through this? Like, even if I used it every single day, it's going to last quite a bit. And, you know, such pretty shades. I couldn't turn down. I couldn't turn down. I was on the search for it, and I actually found it on eBay after the holidays, so that's how bad I wanted that palette. Okay, so moving on, we have Becca highlighters. So this one is the Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Pearl. And Pearl is a beautiful white highlight shade. I just really love that. But if you aren't into white, bright highlighters, you're not going to like that shade, obviously. But very pretty. I used this recently, so it's going aside. Again, this is the pressed version, and this is Champagne Gold. This one I need to pull out. This was a limited edition. I don't even know when. I found this on Amazon. I've been trying to collect each and every Becca highlighter, and I was searching on Amazon for Becca highlighters because I was looking for the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I found this Champagne Gold. This is not Champagne Pop, this is Champagne Gold. And as you can see, there's a design in it that almost looks like little stars or little triangles of some sort. So I have the feeling that this was a holiday set at some point, but very, 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 very true gold. And I'm going to actually pull this out to use, but this is a full size and I really like it. But again, I think it's going to be nice around the holidays like New Year's and Christmas because it is that true, true gold. And I purchased a sampling kit of Becca, and this was included. This is Becca Opal. Opal is my favorite Becca highlighter. So this is more, I don't even know how to describe it. I was going to say it's kind of bronzy, but it's not bronze. It's just very pretty. I don't know. Opal's my favorite. It's so like bam in your face. And as you can see, this is a little miniature one. So when this runs out, I will definitely be repurchasing that full size. And continuing my Becca collection, I believe I have all the highlighters in some way, shape, or form at this point. Because I have this Becca Afterglow palette, and this includes Moonstone, Rose Gold, and Topaz highlighters. And then it also has the blushes Wild Honey and Flower Child in it. So that's what this looks like. And as you can see, I've used Moonstone a good bit. But the first three on this side are the highlighters, and these two are the blushes. So with those three, the Opal and the Pearl, that is the entire collection besides Champagne Pop. And then I have two of the blushes here. So now I have to get the whole blush collection. But this is so, so pretty. And I love, you know, this is kind of like the ambient edit palette to me because you get a decent amount, but they're smaller in size. So I really like this. I have used it somewhat recent, so it's going aside. And then to close out the Becca, I have the Jaclyn Hill palette, of course. And this includes Champagne Pop, obviously, Pearl, and Blushed Copper, which it's technically the Skin Perfector, but I almost think of it more as a blush because it's so deep in color, and you'll see what I mean. So Pearl, again, I have that in the other one. Champagne Pop here in the middle, which is lighter than Opal, but darker than Moonstone. And then we have the rose gold, or the blush copper there on the end. So blush copper is like a reddish tint. But I love that. I'm actually going to pull this out because it's been a little bit since I've used this. So let's pull it out and use it again. Milani, this is the Coral Cove Rose Blush. Very, very, very pigmented and very bright. So this is going aside for the summer, but I just love that rose design on there. So pretty. Get your hands on these if you can. I believe there's only 3 shades, and I've heard that they're limited time, but my CVS is not taking them out of stock, and that's the only place that I can get Milani. So I don't know that they are limited edition, but that's what I hear online. And then I have this Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. Just for the record, I had Luminoso before I heard the whole hype on YouTube about it, so just want to throw that out there. But this is a nice like peachy pink highlighter. I mean, there is shimmer in it, so you could, but it is a blush. Very, very pretty for all year round. I need to pull this out and use it more, so that's going to go in that pile. And this is a Wet n Wild Color Icon in Rose Champagne. This is the new formula. Very pretty, very almost bronzy shade. So I love that. I just used that recently, so that'll be going aside. And I have an Ulta blush, which I've had forever and I'm trying to use up. This is in the shade Flush, and I think it's so pretty. But again, I do want to use it up soon, so I'm going to pull that out and use it. And I have this e.l.f. blush palette in the light version. This thing is so hard to open. I don't know if it's just mine or if they're all like that, but this is a quad of blushes. You have the deeper shades up top, and then here's a lighter one, and almost like a bronzy shade, but it's really like a peach shade, but it's just so deep. But very, very pretty. I like this. Haven't used it a whole lot, but I think it's better in the summer months, so I'm going to put that aside for the summer. And then I have the e.l.f. Baked Blush in Peachy Cheeky. I need to use this and see if I like it. I've heard these are more of like a highlighter, but when I tried to use it before, it wasn't picking up on my brushes too well. So I'm going to pull that out, try it. If I don't like it, I'll get rid of it at that point. And then the last product I have to mention is from Tarte. This is the Tarte's Clay Blush Palette that was just released. I got my hands on it because I love Tarte. And the shades are, it says the Blush Authority on the mirror, and the shades are Live, Laugh, Love, and Dream. Live, Laugh, Love, and Dream. But I'll turn it upside down. These shades are so pretty. This is a limited edition. I love the Amazonian clay formulation, and like these palettes, whenever they put them out, the blush palettes, first of all, so pretty. Second of all, whenever they put those out for the holidays or whatever, they go so fast and everybody seems to love them. So if you get a chance, get your hands on this. I'm currently using this week to try it out because I just got it over the weekend. So I'm trying it out and seeing what I think, but so far I really love it. That is my highlighter slash blush collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Like this video. If you have any questions, leave those below too, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I will see you guys soon.